Hi friends, this is Krish the Urban Naxal and I am here to explain to you an international level scam. A scam going between India and UAE and Saudi Arabia and other countries, and it is being run by square yards. This scam is conducted in the name of one company called Square Yards Holding Limited, based in British Virgin Islands. They are offering 15% return on investment. If you give us 1 lakh US dollars, we will give you 15,000 US dollars every year for 3 years. So 45,000 US dollars over 3 years, and then we will return the amount to you. The amount will be redeemed, the principal amount will be redeemed, or you can buy our equity, become our shareholders, and then the amount will not be redeemed because it will become part of our shares. 15% return, that is the first sign of this being a scam. Nobody in the international market, nobody even in the Indian market can genuinely offer you 15% rate of interest return. Secondly, who is it sold to? Expat Indians living in Bahrain, in Kuwait, in Dubai, making good money, in Oman, these kind of places. Who is selling it? A person calling on behalf of Square Yards. Square Yards who? Square Yards the company? There is no such company as Square Yards. Or is there? Well, there are a lot of companies whose name is Square Yards. For example, Square Yards Consulting Private Limited in India. It exists. The same group also has companies with names like Square.com Private Limited. Notice that the yards is missing, but part of the same group, run by the same group of people. Piyush Bothra, Kanika Gupta, Tanuj Shori, few other names. Same group of people who are synonymous with Square Yards. There are also companies based in Dubai with names like Square Yards Real Estate LLC or Square Yards Dubai LLC. Tanuj Shori, Kanika Gupta, etc. All these names which are associated with this grand success, this grand phenomenon, this integrated, what do they call it? Integrated real estate platform, full stack, India's largest integrated real estate and mortgage platform. I don't know what the fuck that means, but that evidently means a whole lot of people, a whole lot of things, a whole lot of activity, a whole lot of revenue, a whole lot of growth, a whole lot of stuff. Does it mean profit? Are they earning enough profits to give you 15% return on investment every year? Let's look at that first. Square Yards Holding Limited, the company which is issuing this so-called convertible note or convertible debenture. This company does not have any of these usual suspects. It seems to have nothing to do with Kanika Gupta, Tanuj Shori, Piyush Bothra, blah blah blah. No, nothing, nobody, none of these guys. There are two shareholders. There is one Benjamin Victor Scrimgeour, Scrimgeour, and there is one Claire Christian Scrimgeour. These are the names. Try to find them on internet. Christian Claire Scrimgeour. Try to find them. Try to find anything about them. They don't exist. What is the registered address? The registered address is a post box address, is a PO box address. And where is this PO box address? British Virgin Islands. Where is British Virgin Islands? Well, it's about 500, 600, 800 miles from Cuba, in the Caribbean Sea, in the North Atlantic Ocean, far away from everywhere. Square Yards Holding Limited is registered on a tiny island called Tortola. It's 20 kilometers long, it's 5 kilometers wide. Tortola. Tiny place. And in this tiny place, they are registered and they have a post box. And they have the name of, basically they call it corporate services company. That is, it's a care of address. Let's put it simply, it's a fucking care of address. It's a care of address. It is not their own office. This thing, this fishy smelling thing is being marketed by who? Is being marketed by kids, 25, 26, 28-year-old kids who are recruited from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, etc., taken to Dubai. They are totally not clear who their employer is. They are made to sit in an office of a Square Yards entity with a name Square Yards. God alone knows who their employer is, but the name, there will be nameplates saying Square Yards. Their salary may come from someone else. These boys are clueless. They don't know who the fuck their employer is. They will not probably be on the rolls of these companies. And these guys, in the midst of calling for, sir, are you interested in buying property in India? Or sir, are you interested in buying property in UAE? In the midst of these calls, these brainless nitwits are going to say, sir, if you have 30,000 US dollars, then we can offer you an avenue to make your funds grow by 15%, sir. You know Square Yards. So same Square Yards, sir, group company, we are offering you an avenue to make your money grow 15% per annum. Who the fuck hears 15% per annum growth? In India, after the increase in fixed deposit rates, now in this year, 7.25. 15% unheard of, and 15% denominated in US dollars. So that if the rupee depreciates, you will earn more rupees. They are saying we will give you 15%. Now, who is we? Who is saying it? Who is saying we will give you 15%? If you read the agreement that you are supposed to sign with Square Yards Holding Limited, no, that's not saying 15%. No. That is saying 2%, 2.5% coupon rate and so on and so forth. Conditional to blah, blah, blah. Conditional to our revenues being these many $1 million. Then we will pay you blah, 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 blah. So the agreement itself is not saying it. It's not saying 15%. Who is saying 15%? These boys, these chokras, these stupid nitwits who are taken from India and who are fucking clueless, who don't know who they are, who don't know who they are working for, who go there on the premise that they are going to be paid salaries equivalent to 1 lakh, 1.2 lakh rupees. They go to Bahrain, they go to Kuwait, they land up on a fucking visitor visa, spending their own damn money. Gullible little idiots who don't know what they are doing. These kids are going to tell you, are going to assure you, we are going to pay 15%, sir. And they believe it. The funny thing is, these nitwits who don't know better believe it. They believe it. So they are going to send you Excel files showing, sir, this is the calculation. This is how you're going to earn the money. 15% rate, sir. Every quarter 3%. So it adds up to 12%. And then after 3 years are over, at the time of redemption, we'll give you an additional 3% per year. We'll give you 9%, sir. So you're going to earn a total of 36% plus 9%, 45% over 3 years. And then we are going to give you the redemption of the basic amount, sir. And you can trust us, sir. because we are going to give you that many PDCs. And the process that they take you to, this is all in square yards literature. It's all looking like square yards PDF file. It's professionally made. It is saying India's largest integrated blah blah blah, and you got group companies of square yards, this is our enterprise, that is our enterprise, and all that blah blah. You're going to see all the blah blah which looks like square yards. You're going to talk about profitability which looks like square yards. You're going to see the photos of these Bothra and the Tanuj Shori and all these people. And all these people and lot of them. Okay. You're going to see a lot of photos. It's like a fucking international, there's a bunch of brains, big brains out there. That's what's going to convince you. Hey, yeah, all these faces, all these guys are making money. Yes, fuck yeah, I want to be part of this. I want a piece of this action. That's what they want to make you feel. Bullshit. That brochure, a PDF file, doesn't even establish a proper connection between all these entities and Square Yards Holding Limited. There is no connection between all these other entities which they name, where at least these people are directors, and Square Yards Holding Limited, where none of these people are there. No Kanika Gupta, no Tanuj Shori, no nobody. Benjamin fucking Victor Scrimgeour, Claire fucking Christian Scrimgeour, that's who you have. Nobody. Square Yards is not minting money. Let's be clear. Square Yards has a lot of financiers, has a lot of angel investors. They are not minting money. They're a startup. It's fantastic. They're a startup with big ideas. All these people have big ideas. Great. They may have revenues. They declare revenues, huge revenues, growing revenues. 2022-23 figure, 670 crore. Revenues, and showing a growth of 67% over previous year. Revenues. Previous year was 400 crore rupees growth. Revenues. And they're making losses. They're not making profits, they're making losses. They are saying, oh, we earned that many revenues, but you know what? Because we are aggressively growing. We need to grow aggressively, so there has to be cash burn. So, we are making losses, but it's only in order to grow aggressively. Because in the next tranche of the, investors' funding, the next round of funding will attract funds. You are expected to believe that all that applies to Square Yards Holding Limited, based in fucking British Virgin Islands. A London address. It is a contact address of this Benjamin Victor Scrimgeour. A contact address. It's a fucking care of. It is a care of address in Virgin Islands. It's a care of address in London. Both places care of address. It is a post box address in Virgin Islands. There are 2 shareholders. There are no officers. There is no CEO, no CEO, no CFO. Nobody, nothing. It's a table kursi operation. It's less than a table kursi operation. In the agreement that you, the gullible buyer, will sign with these guys, the agreement does not mention that this is a British Virgin Islands tax haven, fucking in the middle of nowhere, Tortola registered address. It does not mention Tortola address at all. It doesn't mention the UK address. You know what it says? It gives Sheikh Zayed blah 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 tower, and so one tower and Dubai, and the typical address of Square Yards companies in Dubai. There they make it sound like you are dealing with the Dubai-based company or the Indian-based company. Because in India, when we say limited, Square Yards Holding Limited, when we say in India limited, not private limited, we mean it's a traded company. When you see this Sheikh Zayed blah blah address, you are going to say, oh, you know what? This is legit. And the email that they give you is also the same email address which is there, secretarial@squareyards.com. You don't have a contact phone number of this Benjamin Victor Scrimgeour. You don't get a fucking phone number where you can ask, hey man, where's my money? No, there is no phone number. The email address that they have given you is not of Square Yards Holding Limited. Is not. It is of some other Square Yards entities. So when you sign that agreement will tell you, oh, you know, you have received all these post-dated checks, and these post-dated checks are only for your security. You are not supposed to bank them. Please don't bank them. You know, if you bank them, then we are going to take it wrong. We are going to litigate you guys, boss. Please don't bank them. You are going to receive money directly into your account. These post-dated checks, where are they coming from? They are coming from India and Dubai. Okay? That's what they are saying. They will say these post-dated checks will be from India and Dubai. Now, let's be clear. Let's just understand the fucking discrepancies in this story. You are typically an Indian sitting in Kuwait or Bahrain or Oman. You made some money. Made some money after working for a couple of decades over there. You think you want to now invest in the Indian growth story. You know, India is this high interest, fast growth regime and all that blah blah. And you are like, yeah, it might be something genuine. Krish, no, they're Square Yards here. They're big here. Arey, they have sent me their PDF file here. Look at it. I'm seeing it. It's genuine. They're going to send you something like 8 or 10 documents. 10 documents. Separate. And they're not documents. They're fucking PDF files. There'll be an Excel file. There'll be a JPEG file. There'll be more PDF files. None of them add up together. It is like saying 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 5 plus 7 is equal to 100. No, it cannot be. That's the kind of thing. They'll confuse you. Integrated, blah, 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 mortgages, blah, 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 full stack platform, blah, blah, blah. We are so many companies, sir. We are all across the globe. Bullshit. You are an Indian sitting there in Dubai or Bahrain or Oman or one of these countries, Middle Eastern countries, maybe Saudi. You made some money. And you want to share in the Indian, the growth sector, which is India. India, right? Indian growth story. Fantastic. This company tells you, you know, sir, our bank, sir, is Citibank in Dubai. They're banking this entity called Square Yards Holding Limited, registered in fucking British Virgin Islands, no address of its own, is banking with Citibank in Dubai. Sorry, not Dubai, Singapore. And they are saying the laws applicable to this agreement are Singapore laws. How? Singapore laws, how? If these guys don't pay you, if these jokers don't pay you in time, you are going to litigate in Singapore. That is what they are telling you. You go to the court in Singapore and say, listen, these guys, my lord, your honor, these guys sitting in British fucking Virgin Islands, this company with Benjamin Victor Scrimgeour and Christian Clare Scrimgeour, these two people, these guys, they promised me that they would pay me 15% and they gave me PDCs. So the Singapore court says, yeah, good, yeah. Is this agreement registered? No, sir. Or if it is registered, I don't care. Maybe it's registered in Bahrain or wherever. Someone can put a stupid stamp on it. Doesn't matter. They'll say, okay, fine. So where exactly did this right arise for you to get 15%? Sir, they gave me PDCs, post-dated checks. Oh, is it? Where are they giving the post-dated checks from? Sir, from Indian banks or from Dubai banks, from UAE banks, from Abu Dhabi banks. Oh, is it? So you got post-dated checks from there. Deposit it. No sir, they said we can't deposit it. And if we deposit it, then it's not going to cash. Because they're going to pay us directly. So you sitting in Bahrain will litigate against a British Virgin Islands company in Singapore, and it is given you post-dated checks in India and UAE. And who sold it to you? Who sold it to you? How did you buy this? Oh sir, we got a call. We got a call, sir. From whom? Well, this guy introduced himself as being from Square Yards. Oh, really? Square Yards? There is a Square Yards company, a company named Square Yards, also in Singapore. Its name is Square Yards Singapore Pte Limited. Are these guys accountable? Can you hold them accountable? The directors, Sheikh Parvez Zunwas Bin, and another guy is Sheikh Rahim, and another person is Usma Beg. No Piyush Bothra, no Tanuj Shori, no Kanika Gupta. These guys will say, sorry sir, that's a different company, I don't know who they are. We don't know, we don't care. You say their employees convinced us. What's the name of that employee? You will say Mr. Anuj Shah. Oh, Anuj Shah, is it? Okay, we'll investigate. No sir, no Anuj Shah. No Anuj Shah on our records. Which company will you litigate against? Against this holding company is going on this God-forsaken 20-kilometer island. You're going to litigate against them. Who are you going to litigate against? You don't have anybody. Where are you going to litigate? Suppose you try it in an Indian court. You come to India. You say, sir, mera cheating ho gaya. I've been cheated. By whom? By Square Yards. Oh, is it? Okay. Which company of Square Yards? Square Yards Holding Limited. Okay. Where are they registered? Registered in British Virgin Islands. Oh, the Indian judiciary will say, sorry, we don't have any jurisdiction or an agreement which is signed by you sitting in bloody Bahrain or Kuwait or Oman or some such place. You sat there and you signed an agreement with the British Virgin Islands. No, but I am an Indian citizen, sir. Yes, right. You are an Indian citizen. But you signed something which happened out there. And you signed some document which is not even registered in India. How the hell do you think the money, how will this British Virgin Islands tiny little company with 2 shareholders, how is it going to make the kind of money that they should make in order to pay you back? Do you imagine for a moment that these people, the Indian entities, Indian Square Yards Consulting Private Limited or squareyards.com Private Limited, or the entities based in Dubai, Square Yards Real Estate LLC, Square Yards Dubai LLC, these guys. Let us assume for a moment they are making a lot of money. Let's assume it, just for the sake of the discussion. They are sitting there and printing notes, khadakat, just sitting there printing notes, note chapoing. Okay, making huge amount of money. How is the money which is made by a company or 2 companies in India or UAE or Singapore or anywhere else going to find its way, all that money, how is it going to find its way to that company in bloody Caribbean Sea? How is that money going to land up in Singapore because it is banking in Singapore? How is that money going to land up in your pocket? Because they issue post-dated checks in India and UAE. Or is it going to land directly into your account from Singapore? You know what? It can. What can? Money can land up in your account. How? Very easy, super simple, idiotically simple. Who are you giving money to? Square Yards Holding Limited. Where will the money go? It will go into Singapore account. Okay, Citibank Singapore. Fine. How much are you giving? Let us say you give them 1 lakh US dollars, 82 lakh rupees. Out of your money, they can send back to you 3% in the first quarter, 3% in the second quarter, 3% in the third quarter, 3% in the fourth quarter. How much did you get? 12%. 12% of what? 12% of your own money. 12% of the money that you put into this bank in the first place. You'll get it back. Of course you'll get it back. Now, what are you going to say? Hey, cool yaar, my money is earning more money because these guys are going to return this money. So I'm going to earn 45% and then they're going to return my money to me. I'm making a huge pot of money. See my 12% growth already and another 3% at the end of it. 15% growth I'm going to get. So they will give you the money. What? Your money. They're returning it to you. So they'll return it over the first year. What is going to happen when that happens? What is going to happen in your brain? Your brain fucking explodes. That's what happens. Your brain explodes. Your reasoning ability stops. You say, cool. 3% back, 6% money, 9%, 12%. I'm earning, I'm rich. And then you're going to have another idea. Hey, you know what? Why only $1 lakh here? Let me sell my house. I live on rent. Let me sell my house which is worth 1 crore and let me put it there with these guys. Let me send it to Square Yards Holding Limited so that they're going to give me even more money. And so you're going to start selling anything you can lay your hands on. All your family gold, all your properties. You liquidate your mutual funds. You liquidate your shares. You'll do everything. You'll completely suck your accounts dry. You'll sell you'll liquidate your fixed deposits. Then you're going to tell your family members, hey, you know what? I'm getting rich. You're going to tell your fucking brother-in-law, your brother, your sister, your father, your mother, your father-in-law, your mother-in-law, your uncle, your aunt, everybody. You're going to say, hey, you know what? 15% rate of interest, bro. Who gives 15% rate of interest? Put it there. Square Yards, it's all around us. Look at it. And you'll send them the brochures that these guys sent you. Square Yards, they're making money. Huge amount of money. They'll have amazing growth. That's what you're going to try to do. And that will be your complete financial ruin. It will be your downfall. So here's what you're going to do. You are going to find yourself in complete financial ruination if you so much as believe what these guys are telling you. You just have to believe it. You may think that you can start small and you will be controlled and all that. The moment 3% starts coming in, they are returning your own money to you. It's a typical chit fund operation. Typical. It's a chit fund scam. People have seen it. Slum people have seen it from a very long time. Slum people. People in the slums are sold this idea. And women sell their jewelry and they sell everything. They sell everything that they have got before the whole thing crashes. Fucking Ponzi scheme. It's a Ponzi scheme. There was this guy named Bernard Madoff. He pulled this exact same scam. He said, I'm going to make a bunch of money in the stock markets. This is the bap of Bernard Madoff's Ponzi scheme. Is what it is. And you know who's responsible? Although all these guys, Tanuj Shori, Piyush Bothra, Kanika Gupta, the whole bunch of people associated with Square Yards, although they have very cleverly distanced themselves so that they cannot be held accountable, they are responsible. Their people are putting other people into the place where this scam happens. They are indirectly selling this scam instrument. What is the extent of their involvement? I would say they know everything. They know everything. And I dare them to sue me. I dare them to take me to court for defamation. Because I want them to tell a court that they don't know anything. It's a scam. And they are elbow deep in this rotting pile of shit. Don't get trapped. And if you are already trapped, if you have already put money out there, or you are experiencing either the euphoria 3% growth and all that, or if it has hit the bottom and you have now realized that there is no way you can litigate against this Benjamin Scrimgeour and this company, this vague and woolly company out there, call me. There is no way you can win this fight in court, but there is a way you can win this fight, you can fight this fight in the social media. And you can fight and you can win. And they will settle with you. Call me. And if anyone wants a set of papers which shows that they are guilty, call me. I will give you the whole bloody set of papers. The entire machine of your scam is with me. I will send it to you. Happily send it to you. No questions asked. Go ahead. This includes the square yards, guys. You don't have to pretend. Don't pretend. Call me. Hi, Krish. I'm from squareyards.com, private limited. Square.com. You are accusing us. Can you share the papers, please? On what basis are you saying it? I will fucking give you the papers. I will give it to you and I will analyze it for you line by line, word by word. Let us have an official correspondence on this. Send me your legal notice. I want an opportunity to reply to a fucking legal notice, para by para, word by word. I will. So I want you guys to take me to court and sue me for defamation because I am saying this. You are guilty as fuck. You are guilty. All the people I have named and more, all the honchos of Square Yards, all of them, every one of them who's associated with Square Yards. Stay safe. I'm Krish the Urban Naxal, your friend. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan.